Consumers will not see any increases to their basic monthly cable bills anytime soon. The Utilities Regulation and Competition Authority, URCA, has denied an application made by Cable Bahamas Limited for a permanent price increase for its super basic cable television service.
Our Carissa Robinson outlined some of URCA's key reasons for denying the application and its plan to improve consumer protection and quality of service moving forward.
When Cable Bahamas submitted its formal application, it was followed by a wide range of public consultations. And for the most part, URCA says Bahamians were not at all accepting of the increases requested by the company. A 27% hike that would have meant a $8 per month increase for residential consumers and $13.50 more for commercial ones.
URCA's decision hinged largely on Cable Bahamas' failure to meet the universal service obligation in the Communications Act, which requires Cable Bahamas to provide an affordable basic television service comprising at least 6 channels, including ZNS and the Parliamentary Channel, to all populated areas in the Bahamas. URCA feels that such a package could readily have been provided in all areas where CBL currently offers its super basic television package, but CBL has persistently failed to do so.
Not only that, the regulators say CBL never sought to comply with obligations or provide any grounds which would explain why it has failed to comply during the intervention period.
The proposed increase would detrimentally affect that portion of the Bahamian public that can least afford the services, on whom the affordability requirement imposed by the universal service obligations are most intended to benefit.
Director of Policy and Regulation Stephen Barrow highlighted the next steps for URCA in light of issues raised in Cable Bahamas' application and public consultation.
Some of these comments and complaints included comments about late payment fees and reconnection fees, comments about the manner in which premium television packages were introduced, charges for set-top boxes, poor service coverage, particularly in the Family Islands.
Now, all of those issues of quality and protection, not exclusive to Cable Bahamas, has prompted URCA to comprehensively address issues of consumer protection and service quality in the Bahamas.
We are concerned that better service can be provided by the service providers in the Bahamas, but also we're concerned that it's not there already. You know, that we don't have in place a set of clear guidelines, so that when a matter is raised, whether in a public consultation or directly with URCA, it is clear whether the service provider is doing what they're meant to do or not. What we want to do is ensure that we at least meet best practice standards that are acceptable anywhere.
Now, URCA's decision to deny Cable Bahamas' application is not necessarily something that is set in stone. If the company reapplies and meets certain requirements, an approval by URCA could be possible. Carissa Robinson, ZNS Network News.
Meantime, the cable company is expressing shock over URCA's decision to deny its request for an increase and plans to challenge URCA's decision. In a statement issued late this afternoon, Cable Bahamas called URCA's decision extremely disappointing and unbelievable. The company's disappointment, it says, is based on the fact that it hasn't had an increase in almost 2 decades. In its release, the cable company also expressed frustration over the process and says despite compelling evidence from Cable Bahamas that the rate increase was below the cumulative rate of inflation, URCA still denied its request.
Now, the cable company also brought into question URCA's priorities and efficiency, arguing that it has taken 15 months to reach this point. Cable Bahamas went on to suggest URCA based its refusal on parameters outside the scope and intent of its own rules, and further suggested that URCA also needed to be supervised. Cable Bahamas says it will now evaluate URCA's decision carefully and will explore all possible regulatory and legal options.